Hello again. Today we're going to review the movie Where Eagles Dare, which was made in 1968. It was based on the book by Alistair MacLean, who of course wrote numerous adventure stories. I would reckon, all of them, and he really was a great thriller writer. His HMS Ulysses, for example, really rates very highly in war fiction, based on his own experiences on the Arctic convoys to Murmansk. Terrific writing. It really puts you there. And Where Eagles Dare was one of his most acclaimed books, along with Guns of Navarone and Ice Station Zebra, for example. So it was filmed by Brian G. Hutton, a director who didn't make many films, but he made a couple of really good ones, and he went on to make Kelly's Heroes. So the plot of the movie, it opens with a Junkers trimotor aircraft painted in Luftwaffe markings with white snow camouflage, flying over a mountainous snowscape, and a team of parachutists descend from the aircraft to start a mission. And almost immediately skullduggery ensues, and it's clear that there's treachery and infiltration within the unit. And the unit is led by Richard Burton, playing a major, and obviously he's one of our greatest actors. What can you say about him? But he plays the part very well as the character that you're never sure what his motives and his loyalties are. And the other star is Clint Eastwood, who plays an American seconded to the unit from the OSS. And the reason for this becomes clear later. Really, they want an outsider who couldn't have been involved in the intrigue and double dealings and treachery and so on. Anyway, their mission is to rescue an American general who is a bigot, which was the code name for officers who were privy to the details of the D-Day invasion. He has been captured and has been held prisoner in the impregnable Schloss Adler, which is a mountain fortress accessible only by cable car. Anyway, there's lots and lots of action, lots and lots of maneuvering, and eventually Burton and Eastwood's characters are captured and taken into the Schloss. But this is actually their plan anyway, so they're now inside the stronghold, and all sorts of twists of the plot ensue. Lots of set-piece action scenes, explosions. Clint Eastwood, Lieutenant Schaefer, his character, is a trained assassin, and he kills using the knife or the pistol or the subgun, and he does rack up an impressive tally of dead Germans in the movie. So there's chasers, there is obviously lots of gunfights, but the set piece that everyone talks about is the fight on the cable car, which Richard Burton is involved in, and it's a really good piece of stunt work and action sequences, particularly for its time. Another thing I'll mention is the music. Ron Goodwin's music, it's very Germanic and spot on for the subject matter. Mary Yore provides one of the two female interests in the film. She was married to Robert Shaw, the great actor, star of many movies, including From Russia with Love, where he played the villain against James Bond. And she is another spy character in the movie. Then I would mention Derren Nesbitt. And Derren Nesbitt plays a Gestapo officer, and he plays him so well. Really, one of the best portrayals of such a character I can recall. Far better than, for example, Christian Wirtz in Tarantino's movie, in my opinion. Anyway, there's an interview with Derren Nesbitt where he talks about making the film, and I've put a link to it, and I really would urge you to watch it because he explains a lot of the things. Now, there are different kinds of war movies. You've got movies like A Bridge Too Far or The Battle of Britain, which try to be historically accurate. It's got real events in it and real characters in it. And within the bounds of the movie entertainment industry, it tries to be as historically accurate as possible. Then you've got pure action, fantasy, no real characters, no real events and so on. And Werriger stays firmly in that category. So we don't expect authenticity in uniforms, in weaponry, in tactics and so on. However, I do think Brian Hutton did a pretty decent job in many regards in it. But Derren Nesbitt does explain some of the problems. For example, you know, he's a Gestapo officer, he's wearing this black uniform, and he did some research. He found out, A, that wasn't the kind of uniform they would be wearing at that stage of the war. And anyway, the Gestapo didn't wear a uniform. I mean, you know, the clue is in the name, secret police. And also about the helicopter. There's a helicopter in it, which is totally an anachronism. Derren Nesbitt specialised in playing very nasty characters, assassins, spies, secret police and so on in his films. And he did it very well. But in the interview, he comes across as being charming, perceptive, and above all very funny. And I do really recommend you watch it. So overall, it is one of the classic of that particular genre of war films where you just sit back, you're not looking for historical accuracy, and just enjoy the unfolding yarn. And it's a film I've watched many times. It's on the TV quite a lot. Whenever it's on, I'll usually watch it, and I've enjoyed it over the years.